Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm practicing drawing faces at different angles using different references from Pinterest. I'm not too sure about posting random pictures that I found on Pinterest, so I decided not to post my references, but I still wanted to show you guys my process in terms of drawing faces and what I do when I'm practicing faces. As always, I always start with a circle and split it in half. And for this special draw, specific head, I remember that her head was slightly turned, but you can still see the full entire face. So that's why part of her face is slightly thinner than the other side. And I ended up drawing the hair before I did everything inside the face. Feel free to follow what I'm doing if you want to follow along. You can pause the video and just copy what I'm doing so that way you can practice in terms of placement and whatnot. I usually follow the same format when I'm drawing faces, and in this video I draw many heads in different style, not necessarily different style, but mainly different type of faces. Some of them are slightly thinner, some of them are more like round, and I enjoyed it very much. And yeah, so this is me drawing the other eye. Yeah, and I ended up doing the eyebrows. And usually, what I do is I tend to draw the entire face before I draw the hair, but for some odd reason, I drew the hair before I drew the details inside the face, such as eyes, nose, and so on. And this is me doing like the light details for the hair. I wanted her hair to be slightly frizzy, and this is what you're seeing right now, me adding some light texture. I know I wanted to practice, so that's why it's going that way. And yeah, I enjoyed this process very much. And the face turned out pretty okay. And this is me. And this is what I meant, as in she turned her face and her body was like profile view. And yeah, this is the finished look, me fixing a few things. So now on to the next drawing. So I started with the same principle, drawing the circle, split it in half, and then doing the draw line. And this is a similar pose, but facing the other direction. And this is me. As you can see, I'm drawing the shoulder, and she was wearing like a type of dress, a heavy dress. It, and I'm not sure if you, this is also another picture from Pinterest. I have to look at the rules, as in if I'm using a picture that I use on Pinterest, can I just add like that reference here? I didn't want to use anyone's picture without asking them for approval first, so that's why I didn't include the references. But yeah, so this one was like a picture, and it was a lady wearing like a gown type of dress, and she was also again slightly tilted. She wasn't a full, her body wasn't in a full profile view, as you can see. It was slightly tilted, and then her face was facing forward. And that's how I was able to draw all the details for the face. And her hair was very fun actually to draw, because I never really drew this type of hairstyle. And I kind of played around with the hairstyle a little bit because this is not her true hairstyle. And I ended up liking it. But yeah, like that was a very fun hairstyle for me to draw. And this is me just adding like the light details, doing like the hair and all that other jazz. Yeah, and her earrings were also fun because I figured, you know what, like let me give her like some bold, like long earrings that stands out. But yeah, so now on to the next drawing. Again, as you can see, it's a pattern now. Like I always start with the circle, split it in half. Once you have those basics principle down, you can draw any face style that you want, especially if you don't have your unique style yet. If you want to learn how to draw, I think having those principles will help you, and it will also allow you to play around with different style or different things. For example, here you can see that the eyebrows are very different compared to the eyebrows that I was drawing before. Her eyebrows are very straight. Even the eyes are like slightly, like you can, if you look closer, the eyes are very much like triangular compared to my other eyes. They are more like um almond shape or circular and whatnot. And the hair with the cap was pretty fun to draw as well. I made her hair slightly frizzy, but not too frizzy. And this one was my favorite because her face was just like she wasn't mean looking, but it was more like a straightforward like resting face, which I love drawing. It's like always fun to draw. Her lips was very different, which I enjoy as well. And again, same principle. This face is slightly different than the other one. The other one was more like fuller and round. This one is more like short and almond with like a very thin thinner chin. And the eyes, again, you see, is like a soft almond shape. This is what I mean by if you go with the principle of like the basics of drawing the circle, split it in half, you have a lot of freedom in terms of playing around with the different style and shapes of the eyes, face, and that will always give your face different look. And by playing around with those elements, you will eventually find your style or like explore and see what you like and see what you don't like, and then what you like you can pick what you like and just play around with that as well. So yeah, so for this hairstyle I ended up doing like a bang, and her eyebrows were like over her bangs just because I wanted to give her facial some like I wanted to give her some facial expression, and I didn't want it to be covered by the bang. But yeah, on to the next. Again, circle, split it in half, draw the side of the face. And yeah, for this one, as you can see, I'm doing the guideline for the eyes, and this one is very much almond shaped eyes. I love drawing almond shaped eyes. That's why most of my heads have this similar shape of eyes. And yeah, so right now I'm doing the nose and mouth. I always go in the same order, but sometimes depending on the reference that I'm using, I will like play around with it. This one, she was shrugging her shoulder, like kind of surprised or like worried in a way. I was trying to play with different emotions, and yeah, the hairstyle was fun to draw as well. Um, but yeah, oh, yeah, I'm adding the light details for the ears. If you watch my previous videos, you will see how I draw the ears. I have a very simple path for drawing the ears, and the same thing for the nose as well. So if you're struggling with nose, I have a very simple way of drawing nose. If you go back to my video, if you go back to my channel and you check out how to draw faces with as a beginner, you will find like the easiest way to draw nose and make it look cartoonish and realistic as well. You don't have to draw like a straight line and um, make it look boring. You can still make it look like a nose. So this one was very different. I wanted the circle to be a little bit squish. I wanted to play around. This is me trying to play around with the face. This is basically me exploring and see what I like, and I wanted to also explore like different facial expression. I didn't really like how it turned out, but it was a really cool experience for me to like kind of play around and see if it worked out, and it ended up working out okay. It's not my favorite drawing, but for exploring a different look, it turned out pretty okay in my opinion. Um, but yeah, so technically she was shrugging her shoulder and her eyes were closed, like ugh, making like a face like yuck. This is again, I wanted to play around instead of drawing like a circle, I decided to do like an oval. And again, I wanted to see if I can like do a different style. I didn't, and you can also see that I'm still playing around with like the whole layout of it. And yeah, this one also turned out okay. I don't know if it's because it doesn't fully align with my style, but yeah, but the eyes details were so nice for this, but it didn't really fit the face. But I still continued because I figured, you know what, like stick to it and finish it. And I wanted to give her like a more worried look. And this is again, the hairstyle also for this wasn't my favorite as well. I should have gone with something a little bit more puffier, or maybe like a slick bun or a slick hair puff or hair bun would have been better, just to give just to allow people to see the details on her face. But for some reason I ended up going with a bang with her eyebrows showing her emotion, being worried. I don't think that was the best look, but it still worked out okay. And this is what I mean by trying out different things, because by trying out different things, that's how you will find out what you like and what you don't like. But yeah, guys, I hope you found this video very useful. This is everything I worked on, and yeah, I'll see you guys on my next video. Bye.